Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to join the ends of the binding, and this is the way that I do it. It's a bit trickier, but it is worth doing it if you can master it, because it'll leave your seams, the join really flat. So we've got the end where you started here, and we're just going to pretend I've gone all the way around the quilt, and this is the end. So I've stopped well before, so I've given myself probably 6 inches here to work to room to work rather. First thing I'm going to do is I'm just going to lay the end just under that seam there, okay? Not seam, sorry, that end, the other end, if you like. And all I'm going to do is I'm just going to mark it. Now, I would recommend that you used tailor's chalk to do this, because it'll just brush off. But I'm doing it with a pencil so you can see the line where I'm going to mark here. So I've just marked literally where that overlaps the other piece. And I'm going to take it out and I'm going to open it up. Okay, so I've opened it up, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to take my my rotary cutter and my quilt ruler, and I'm just going to lay it on here on the line that's 45 degrees on there. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do it by eye. I'm not going to measure it, but it's basically half an inch, because we're adding on half an inch because we need a 1/4 inch to add onto this side and a 1/4 inch to add onto that side. And then I'm just going to make a cut, okay, and chop that off. And this is the bit that might take a little bit of practice, but if you lay them like this, and what we're going to do is we're going to stitch these two ends together. So the way I do it is to get my thumbs in like this, and I'm going to put right sides together like that. So I'll do that again so you can see. So just sit them as they were, get your thumbs in and put right sides together like that. And what I like to do is just to put a pin in to roughly hold them where I want them to stay. So I'll just grab a pin and just pop that in there, and that'll just help you keep that where you want it just while you move to your sewing machine. And all I'm going to do is sew along this edge here with a 1/4 inch seam. So I'll quickly do that. It is a bit awkward and it looks like you're doing it wrong, but it should work out okay. Okay. So, and what I'm going to do now, I'm just going to use my fingers to cut these threads off. I'm just going to use my fingers to finger press this seam open. Like that. Okay, you can press it if you want to, but you don't need to. And when I fold it over, just check that it all sits nice and flat. So all I'm going to do now is stitch along here to just carry on. Okay, so I'll just do that quickly, and then you can see how flat it is when I've finished. There we go. And I'll just turn it over. So best thing to do, you can see my pencil line there, but I'm not worried about that because that's going to go on the inside as we roll it over. But as I say, if you do it in tailor's chalk, it'll just brush off. But you can see it's really flat, and there's no chunkiness in there. And so just practice rolling it over, and you can see it's really nice, and it's going to sit really nicely when you stitch it along.